Hi, I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
And this is DJ Pizza. This is going to be our final video documentation for the operation of our final project in Auto 2100.
The robot has the task of filling out the orders whenever there's an order available and there's a pallet ready to work on.
And just outside of the work cell here, you'll find the main control panel. And inside, you'll find the control logics rack, or the CLX rack. It houses important cards such as the L71 here, DC inputs and AC inputs and outputs as well. It also has the Ethernet communication card and the Data Highway Remote I/O and DeviceNet communication card. This is the brain of the operation. The teach pennant for the robot itself. Its main purpose is to give the controller, that's myself and my partner, the ability to teach the robot what it has to do, teach its positions, and move it around to important areas in the program. And just beside the robot here, inside the control panel, you'll find the Flex I/O cards. They control the inputs and the outputs inside the conveyor belts, and they also monitor the sensors. The Flex I/O racks also communicate over remote I/O. And this is the Fanuc System RJ3IB. It's the brains of the robot. It houses the memory for it, and it controls the operation of it as well.
This is the barcode scanner for when the system is in auto ID mode. It'll read the barcodes of the pallet right below it. This is the Panel View Plus 1000. It's basically the station where the operator can manually control or monitor the system in operation when it's in automatic mode.
So this is our HMI program. It's housed on the Panel View Plus 1000. The operator will use this screen to control the program. This is the main screen. Up here, like it says, DJ Pizza, has our names on it, and it has all the different navigation here on the side. So the first screen we'll show off is the auto screen. This screen is used, as the name suggests, to run the system in auto mode. The first thing you'll have to do is pick how you're going to sequence the operation, whether that's going to be time-based, push button, or event-driven. And it also shows up here, of course, which mode you're in. You can see right here your sequence step, which as it begins, you'll need a quick reset just to make sure it's at 1, so you're starting at the correct step. You'll have to start auto mode here. This indicator will switch to on, and then you'll hit start sequencer, which will start the system, and it'll run in auto mode. The next screen we'll discuss from here will be the manual screen. As the name suggests here as well, it's used to control the operation in manual mode. You'll have access to most of the system. You'll have access to each conveyor, whether that be the entrance, transfer, or gate. You'll of course also have to put it into manual mode, and you'll have messages here that indicate if the conveyors are running or the positions of the pre-stop and the lifts. You can also control the position for the lift, the entrance conveyor speed, the VFD speed mode, and there's a few different things you can control here. Now, of course, to run the system, you can't just put it in auto mode and start it. The robot needs to know what it needs to do. So before you put it in auto and start everything, you'll go to the order entry here. Here we have a nice screen set up where you can select the pizza size and each topping on the pizza. Down here it shows what you've currently selected. So it shows right now small, pepperoni, green pepper, and nothing in topping 1. So we're going to change that right now. If I change that to large, down here it'll display large. Change the topping 1 to mushroom, keep the rest as it is. Then it says here order preview, press confirm before loading. So we confirm the order, and then we load the order, and then after that we go to the order display page, which will show the orders that have been inputted. So that's the one we just made, large, mushroom, pepperoni, green pepper. And this up here, the current order, it's not filled in right now. because the system would have to be running. Once the conveyor takes the pallet to the robot, this order will move into the current order and the robot will create it. And finally, there's one other mode for entry. You can do manual entry, but the other entry mode would be barcode. So you'd have to go to barcode entry and you'd have to turn this. It's already on auto ID right now. If it was on human entry, that's where you would input the toppings and the size. But let's say for this example, we'll change it to auto ID, put it in run mode, it's already in there. So this is the previous order scanned. With this on and in run mode, when the pallet goes through the system, and when it gets to that point right there, the barcode scanner will scan it. This will refill with the new order according to the barcode, and then you can go to the order display and that order would be put right here, same as you would if you put it in manually. And the final screen that needs to be discussed, just pretty simple, the I/O monitoring. It's just a screen set up so you can monitor each input and output in the system. Like you'll see the pallets, the lifts, and just stuff like that. Speed selected, and right here you'll have the robot indicator showing what the robot is currently doing, and of course right now it's waiting for a cycle start. So we have everything set up in there, so we're going to run through an order right now, show how it's done. So first you go to order entry. For the sake of this, you could really choose anything, but we'll just go with medium, pepperoni, mushroom, and green peppers. Shows it down there, so we'll confirm that, load it, order display, make sure it's there, yep. And we'll go to auto screen. We're gonna pick what mode it's in, so for this, we'll put it in event driven, and active sequence, make sure it's already at 0. We'll auto mode start, and then to start, we'll hit start sequence, and there you go. So the order has been placed and the pallet begins moving through. It lifts up there, gets sent onto the entrance conveyor, and right under the robot, it gets held in place, and the robot begins drawing the size, which was a medium pizza, and it uses the brown pen for this. Then it uses the red pen to draw the pepperoni. And back to the brown pen to draw the mushrooms. And it finishes off with a green pen to draw the green pepper. The robot's done now. And the handshake will complete and the pallet will get sent back out of the system.